Of the leading tips from YouTubers out there that I found very successful. This one comes from a gentleman called Giles Gill, very much new to our channel. I don't think he's featured before, but a very good channel, a good tuition channel. So there will be a link below to this video, and go and check out Giles's content. But essentially it is how to hit a fairway wood and a hybrid correctly, I suppose, and some very basic fundamentals sometimes overlooked by us as golfers. And I think it's key to reiterate those points. Now, I've just done a video that we've released this week on the main channel, which is about, it's a 7-wood review. I think they're an incredibly good club to have in the bag. And the reasons for that are they launch the ball high, they have a great CG location to help do that, and they're very much easier to play than a long iron equivalent. So we've got a lot of technology, if you like, at our disposal that help. But if we get the fundamentals of how to hit the ball wrong with a 7-wood in hand as opposed to an iron, because they are very different, then all the technology in the world is not going to help us. So this is a great time to focus on some, like I said, fundamentals. We've got a longer shaft in hand, so the first thing we need to do, different to our iron setup, is a wider stance, so we've got a bit better balance. We then look at weight distribution, and it's important that we're looking to hit this club with a descending blow, which is again something that might come as a bit of a surprise to many golfers. So what that means is we're going to put a little bit more weight onto our lead foot, that being my left leg on this occasion. And then it's all about a little bit of spine or shoulder tilt, whichever way you want to look at that, because again, we're going to hit with a descending blow, but we're also looking to get this ball launching high. There's a lot of anomalies going on here. And then perhaps the most important thing is ball position. Ball position is key to make sure we're hitting that descending blow. And Giles's explanation is this: if we look at the sort of the furthest part away from our body, the longest part of the arc, if you like, is underneath our armpit. That's something we've heard from Danny Maud in recent weeks. So that's an extended straight line. We want to be hitting on a descending blow. Therefore, we're going to move the ball slightly back in our stance. So Giles's line-up is left ear is where you'll be looking to get the ball. So for me, I mean, I feel that is a little bit weird. I'm looking at my chest being centre of my swing right now. I'm going to go slightly forward of the centre of my chest. So I'm feeling like wider stance, ball is in a good position, bit of spine tilt, and then a bit more weight distribution towards this lead leg. I think I'm in the position that Giles is suggesting is perfect for hitting fairway wood. But we've got to hit the ball now. And there's a couple of drills that Giles goes through to help us understand what type of strike, what type of swing it is we're looking to make with a 7-wood or a fairway wood or hybrid in hand. Now, key to me on this channel is testing the tips, and the first element or the first drill within Giles's video I found a little bit confusing, so I'm going to remove it because I don't want to try and relay something that I didn't find useful for me. That is, after all, the whole point of this channel. But the second one I found, or the second drill I found, more effective and something that I think would make a lot of sense to a lot of golfers out there. We've got our ball position, and then we've got to work out how this sort of descending blow feels, or how we look to strike the ball with a fairway wood or hybrid in hand. And what Giles explains is that, again, from a lot of the people he coaches, is when they're coming down, from the top of the backswing, the first thing to do is these hands are quite high, and what can happen with that is we've then got a kind of like a back foot sweeping, and I think this kind of sweeping terminology that is used, and something that I would use within hitting a fairway wood, is often also a little bit confusing. So what he's looking to do is, from here, instead of us looking to throw the club head from sort of this high position, he wants us to bring our hands down and down to my right thigh. So when we get to here, top of the backswing, the concentration is to drop down, and the feeling is that position drops down to the middle of your right thigh. What that then is going to produce is a little bit of lag. Club head is behind the ball, and then it seems natural that we're going to, by moving the club forward within the swing arc, by a transference of weight, our club head is naturally behind us, and you can feel that you're hitting that sort of descending blow. Now, I really like that because it's something that, again, has been very apparent in my iron strikes as well, to be honest with you. Ball position would be different with irons, but the principle of this is the same. And it's interesting that sometimes we get confused as well, or at least I did, about how we think that a fairway wood and a hybrid should be struck. So a lot of the time, this terminology of sweeping suggests we're sort of, or it does to me at least in my head, that word is that we're looking to take the ball off the top. That can often lead to us hitting very much low on the club face, when in effect we're trying to hit that descending blow, which means that we're going to certainly find more of centre to higher on the club face, which is going to give us that higher launching ball. So understanding that principle, the drill was simply to get to the top of the swing and then drop the hands in. Drop the hands in and then hit that ground, and I'm calling it sweep. I don't know what the kind of like, I don't want to confuse those two bits of terminology. Skim, I suppose, I think is a word that he uses as well. So up to the top, drop to the right thigh and then hit that ground and feel, what you'll feel is that you kind of, your club head is a little bit behind you and you're working a little bit with the right hand, which also means we're kind of releasing the club head, generating a little bit more club head speed at the same time. So very simple drill. I think first of all, get the fundamentals right. Make sure we've got ball position, weight distribution, blah, 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 all that bit right that we've just been through. And then it is a case of getting in those positions. For me, simple drill, just at the driving range, dropping into there, and then hitting the ground, skimming the ground, I should say. It's a great feeling, and all of a sudden stepping up to the ball. So I think that's perhaps exactly what we should look to do next. Get to the ball and see if we can get those things right. So what I'm looking to do, first of all, width of stance, weight forward, bit of tilt, ball position is correct. And then looking to skim across the surface as we've done in the drill. That's what I'm looking for. I got that just a little bit heavy, but I think I've got a decent enough strike on it. You can see the key thing that's happening, and what Giles spoke about throughout the video, was that high launching ball. First of all, we've got a 19.2 launch. Nice, it's a bit of a pull shot from me really, and I think that's something that is within my game right now, but it's certainly everything that he's looking to do. That drill for me of looking to sweep through the ball is the key element. That rather than digging down, which I would think a descending blow is in my head, it's that sort of sweep across that I'm finding to be really effective. But also the ball position is key as well, and been very helpful to me personally. I still want to itch it forward a little bit, and I think we've got to be mindful of that. Again, yeah, it's just that pull shot for me is my own personal issue. What we're looking to do and what's happening in terms of the club's performance and being able to pick up a fairway wood off of a tight lie, because that's all we're doing right now, is really effective. So all I've got to do is work on that swing of mine and not close it down, shut it down. I feel like I'm shutting the face down too much with that drill, and maybe just that ball position just needs tweaking a tad, and I've got to get comfortable with that whole weight distribution. Seemed a better shot in terms of down the target line. To be honest with you, for me personally, it's been a real good lesson. You can see I've pulled a couple of shots down the left-hand side, and that again is with me sort of looking to get the club head seems to be overtaking the hands, which is really a major part of the drill, which we looked at in the middle part of this video, and that's being able to sort of hold the club head back a little bit, which gives you a little bit of lag. Also creates that sort of descending blow. But more importantly for me is, like I said, I'm not letting the club head get past the hands, which is pulling the ball left. But what's really effective about this drill and this whole concept from Giles is that sweeping motion really doesn't have an impact on the launch angle. It gets this ball up in the air. A fairway wood of any sort is very much well worth putting in the bag for a lot of average golfers, but understanding really those key fundamentals of that ball position, weight distribution, that's key. Then that little bit of a drill of understand that sort of sweeping motion, I think was really effective as well. Give that a try for yourself, and I'm sure you'll have some positive results. But like them all, it's not a case of just jumping into the driving range and all of a sudden having an immediate effect. I find with all these drills, you've got to have a little bit of a play around with it yourself and make it work and understand, or at least try and understand, what impact it's having on your swing and where the positive is, where the negative is. And like I said, for me, it's that little bit of lag has been a huge help, but I've got to work on it. Right, as ever, I really enjoy your feedback, so comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give it all the support you can. We're doing well at the moment, and it's very positive on testing the tip, so I hope you continue to enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all soon.